Hi, my name is Benita, and I want to share a recent testimony with you. Several months ago, I was asked by one of my relatives to come and stay with them, and because I was building my business, they told me not to worry about anything regarding bills or anything like that, just to concentrate on building my business. So I took them at that word, and maybe 3 months into the situation, they came in and told me they weren't going to be there anymore. But shortly thereafter, I started to get notices on the door, and I guess the eventual thing was that I had someone actually knock on the door, which gave me about 2 weeks before an actual eviction would take place. So I began to seek the Lord, and I said, Lord, you know, this is too big for me. This is not something that I asked for. It's not something that I wanted to be in, and I need your help. And my prayer was relatively simple. I said, Lord, I need a tangible manifestation of your glory in this. I came home, was thinking about the situation a bit and still, I guess, praying a little bit to myself. But when I got home, went to bed, and all night long I could hear like this prayer in my spirit. And it was actually Psalms 34:4 that says, I sought the Lord, and he heard my cry, and he delivered me from all of my distresses. So I go to church the following day, which was on a Thursday, and we sang praise and worship. And after we sang praise and worship, Pastor gave a call, and he ministered in the Spirit for a few minutes, and he asked several questions. And a few people raised their hand, and I was one of those people, and I didn't want anybody to know that I was going through anything or want anybody to know that anything was wrong. But I raised my hand, and he kept asking questions, and I was the last woman standing, if you will. And he said that, he asked me if I had a son, and I said yes. And he said, well, somebody called the church today and said that they wanted to take care of all your bills for November. It's funny how the enemy will come in immediately after that to kind of pluck up what's been sown. So I go back and I'm talking to the Lord again. I said, Lord, this is like a huge bill. And I mean, do I tell him that the bill is this big? And I heard him say, is there anything too big for me? And I said, no, Lord. So I called the church back and I told Pastor, the amount. And then I got a phone call shortly thereafter to tell me that the person that said they wanted to pay it said they'd pay it all. After we got everything situated, I went to the complex office, and ironically enough, the actual owner of the complex was there that day, and I got to share the information with him, and he said he not only wanted me taken care of for November, but he wanted December and January as well. He wanted them to come in and put new carpet in. He wanted them to paint and take care of everything for me. So I share this testimony to those of you who have maybe lost heart, or those of you who maybe think that God won't show up or hasn't shown up, or that he doesn't hear you, but he does hear us, and he does take care of us because he loves us that much. So whatever you're going through, just know he's got you, and he is going to show up and take care of you.